The Ellen DeGeneres show is under internal investigation by Warner Brothers after multiple complaints of a toxic workplace. This investigation comes just after BuzzFeed published a bombshell article where multiple employees came forward to expose the Ellen DeGeneres show. Could this mean the end of the show as we know it? Find out right now on IO. What's gravy fam, this is IO, I'm Charlotte. On this channel we do the news, we make it entertaining, so subscribe for spicy trending news updates and top 10 lists and follow the IO team on social media. The Ellen DeGeneres show, a long-time daytime talk show that has been a favorite on television, is in trouble. According to The Hollywood Reporter and Variety, an internal memo was sent out to employees of the Ellen DeGeneres show last week, where Warner Brothers would be interviewing former and current employees of the show about their experiences on set. The interviews will be conducted by a third-party firm as well as Warner Media's employee relations group. Not sure if you guys have seen my previous video on this, but a couple of weeks ago BuzzFeed published an article about the toxic workplace environment behind the scenes at the Ellen show. Employees, both current and former, claimed in this article that they could be fired for taking time off for medical reasons and funerals. Another employee who wanted to improve the workplace environment for people of color said she experienced microaggressions from the management team. Essentially, for behind-the-scenes crew members and staff, the Ellen DeGeneres show was often toxic and hostile. Nothing like the show's mantra, which if you don't remember is "be kind." If you're interested in hearing that full story, I will leave a link to the last video I did on this story down below in the comments for you. It should be noted that Ellen DeGeneres herself wasn't accused of misconduct in this article. None of the employees and former employees that were interviewed mentioned much about her, apart from one employee who said that executive producers would constantly tell her that things were going great and everybody was happy. They added that it's her name on the show though, so she should be held accountable for how the employees are treated. This also isn't the first time that the employees of the show have spoken out about unfair treatment. Earlier in April, crew members that had been with the show for years came forward to say that they were not hired to help with the at-home version of the Ellen DeGeneres show, and instead the show hired non-union workers. Workers were not informed by higher-ups. In fact, they found out about the show taping remotely via social media posts from colleagues in other departments. In addition, the core crew, consisting of over 30 members, got no written communication about the status of their work hours, pay, and there was no attempt made into finding out the well-being of them from producers for over a month. Management would occasionally answer phone calls, but not much was said about the fate of their jobs when asked, and there was an entire 2-week blackout where they literally heard nothing. When crew members were finally contacted, they were told to expect a 60% pay cut even while the show continued to air and was filmed remotely from Ellen's home. At the time, a Warner Brothers spokesperson said the communication could have been better, but said that there were complications due to the chaos of the pandemic. I can totally understand how hard it must be for productions to figure out how to navigate these challenging times. Film crews have to jump through so many hoops just to film a commercial these days. I can't imagine what it's like to film a whole TV show. It is still unfortunate that they couldn't have hired the crew members that have been working with them for years. Ellen has not actually responded to the accusations publicly, but does all of this mean that this could be the end for the Ellen DeGeneres show? Well, the show has actually been experiencing really low ratings during the pandemic, as opposed to other talk shows like The Daily Show with Trevor Noah that actually haven't noticed a change. The Ellen DeGeneres show relies heavily on a studio audience. Without that audience and it's just Ellen in her mansion, it's just not the same. It also doesn't help that in recent months the entire brand of the show, including Ellen's brand of being one of the nicest people in the world, has been called into question. Multiple allegations of toxic behavior behind the scenes, as well as Ellen herself not being very nice, are likely helping the show's ratings. It's clear the mantra of the Ellen DeGeneres show, "be kind," is not what Ellen or the show's executives and managers live by, which frankly is kinda like finding out that Santa Claus isn't real. Do you think this is the end for the Ellen show? Let me know in the comments. For now, I'm gonna wrap this one up with some comment features from my last video about Ellen DeGeneres. Alley Cat said, "Notice how not one famous person has come to Ellen's defense about this." That's a very good point. Hannah Singh said, "Oh look, another cookie cutter apology. We've been seeing a lot of these lately. I'm over Ellen, her show, her producers, everything." Yeah, I feel like I've read and seen a lot of apologies during this pandemic. Like, everybody's apologizing, and you know what? No apology is good enough, frankly. I think Jenna Marbles' apology was good, but yeah, it doesn't really seem like anybody knows how to apologize. Oh, wait, you also said, "Except Dory. I like Dory." Can we just keep Dory? Can we just forget about Ellen and keep Dory? Just keep swimming, just keep swimming, just keep swimming, swimming, swimming. Sock said, "As someone who's done crew for a number of amateur projects, I can't tell you how little recognition the crew gets even then. I greatly appreciate your message at the end." We appreciate you. Don't forget it. I appreciate you, Chris. he appreciates me. That's it for me. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, follow, potato. Let's see you guys in a future video.